Number one reason you lose sales. You know it is what? You don't have the listening skills. Now, when you are having a sales meeting, who should be talking more? Buyer or seller? It should be the buyer. But what mistakes most people do is the salesperson who talks more. So number one thing, learn selling skills first and listening skills. And it takes time because people don't realize they don't have listening skills when they're talking, and no one tells you that you talk too much. No one tells you that. So you need to understand that in sales it's important to develop these listening skills. It takes me many years to practice that I wait for other person to finish, then I can speak. I don't cut them ever. Never. Hi. My name is Suresh Mansharamani, co-founder Tajuba, serial entrepreneur, 45 plus years of experience and a business coach now. My own company came out with the most successful IPO in 1995. 300 times oversubscribed, followed by presidential award. Now I teach SMEs like you to scale up your business to the next level and get listed at SME Exchange and achieve 1,000 crore plus valuation in next 3 to 5 years. If you want to do that, there's a number in my description, an email ID or my website. Get in touch with us and we'll tell you how to scale your business. But in the meantime, let's continue our video about the selling skills you need. So number one, I told you, is about listening skills. Now, do you have a problem of remembering names? Because supposing if you met a customer after about a year and you forget his name, how is that customer going to feel? So what you need to do is, it's an art. It's a science that how do you remember name. Number one thing when you're meeting someone and he's introducing yourself, hi, my name is Ramesh. Hi Ramesh, how are you? Ramesh, what do you do? Ramesh, where do you live? Ramesh, what do you find more interesting about your business? So take the name 5-6 times. And finally, in the end, Ramesh, nice meeting you, will connect with you next week. So when you take that name 8-10 times, you remember that name. Now, do you want to understand how to remember the face? Associate the face. So a lot of people, when I ask you, who do you associate? Who do I look like? Say some Bollywood personality. So people say Anupam Kher, people say Saurabh Shukla. So when you associate the face with somebody you know already, your relative or some celebrity, then you remember the face also. The face and names, when you remember in sales, you meet somebody after 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, and you remember his name. That magic you can create. You cannot imagine it. Now the first thing in sales, what of small businesses like you, they don't realize the customer lifetime value and they get scared at the customer acquisition cost. We call it CAC. So supposing you're advertising a product, you're advertising this mug and this mug costs you 150 rupees. And your first sale cost comes to 500 rupees, you get worried. But my mug cost is 150 rupees, costing me 500 rupees to sell, why should I advertise? I'm losing money. But what happens if that customer who buys and comes back to you again, buy more, buy another item, comes back, buy another item, and you calculate customer lifetime value, which a lot of people don't do. So recently, I did some research and found out Starbucks, the customer acquisition cost is over 12,000 rupees. Yes, customer acquisition cost at Starbucks is 12,000 rupees. And you know what is the lifetime value of Starbucks customer is $14,000. It's about 11 to 12 lakh rupees lifetime value. So to sell a first cup of coffee, they spend over 12,000 rupees to acquire that customer. So when you are advertising, keep that in mind, that at the first level, customer acquisition cost can be higher, and don't get scared. And figure out a way, how do you calculate the customer lifetime value, and then you will realize that 12,000 rupees for Starbucks as compared to 11-12 lakh rupees is nothing. That's hardly a cost. So another thing is, go where they go. That means what? If you are selling very high ticket products or high value products, few crores, where you should be networking? You should be networking at golf. Start playing golf. All these rich people are playing golf. And the major deals happen at Golf Course Road. A very famous company, 10,000 crore company. So I asked the owner, how did you start this company? He said, I was playing golf with a business owner. He came out with a problem and I provided the solution. The business happens after that. The deal was made, the initial conversation was made at golf course. And he ended up solving his problem, and not only his problem, he got about 50 to 100 more high-value customers who had the similar problem. And today that company is 10,000 crore. You know what company I'm talking about? I'm talking about VFS, where you get your American or European visa. Yes, that deal happened on the golf course road. He was playing golf with the American ambassador and he said, there's a lot of problem, there's a lot of crowd. How do we handle that? We don't know. He said, let me handle the crowd first. Later we'll handle the paperwork. And today, VFS is handling 55 embassies business. Yes, 10,000 crore was the goal. So wherever your customers are going, I used to live in New York in 2001. There was a bar near our office, Algonquin's. And all the top customers used to go there. The bar was Algonquin. Algonquin. The drinks were very expensive. Normal beer would cost anywhere in another bar for say $5 rupees or drink for a $10 scotch. But there everything was 5x. But there, the networking was with the top customers in the industry. So I used to go there, pick up a beer, stay there 1 hour. And in a month, I used to come back with 2-3 very, very high value customers from that place. So go where they go. In India, a lot of rich people, they join Rotary to give charity and contribute. But the business happens there also. Same way your Resident Welfare Association, RWA here in Delhi we call it, or in Bombay, society they call it. Participate there. Take the position, president, secretary or something. Because business happens everywhere where you build relationships. I'm a president of a trust here. We have a hospital and a temple. There are also 25 trustees who are very, very rich. Why end up getting their business also and their investment for my business? So go where they go. That's the right place to network. Another thing I want to tell you about selling is enthusiasm. The energy is contagious. Double your enthusiasm and double your income. Double your enthusiasm and double your... How do you do that? Just feel energy. Wake up with great energy every day that this is my day. I'm going to accomplish some big things today. And act enthusiastically. Feel that. Make a choice that I want to be in a positive energy, high energy zone today. And every day, because people will attract it to you. You know what, when people ask me, how are you, say, celebrating life with wonderful wife? It brings smile on their faces because nobody wants to hear what troubles you are going through in your life. Nobody is interested. So have high energy, feel that enthusiasm and see the magic happening. And always remember this formula. Be credible. If you're not credible, your business will go down. Be consistent. And then finally, whatever orders you take. So capability, credibility and consistency. If you follow these three things and everybody knows about you, you're consistent, you're capable, you're credible, they would love to do business with you. And you'll create tons of wealth. Now you go to client's meeting, right? Everyone goes to client meeting. Do you carry any gift? Somebody invites you for dinner. Would you go empty-handed? And then, why are you going empty-handed to your clients? So if you are visiting a client, carry some gift. Carry some personalized boardroom diary with a personalized pen. Never throw. One of my vendor and supplier, he comes every year, beginning of the year, gives me the most beautiful and high quality boardroom diary with my name on it and a pen. And I use it around the year. So a lot of people may not accept gifts, but you can always give a book. Nobody minds giving a book. So one of my students started sending 300-400 books every January to all his clients. Happy New Year. I read this book this year. Is a wonderful book. Your business will grow 10x if you follow just this. Never ever visit your clients empty-handed and be generous in giving gifts. Don't be cheap on your way to greatness. I'll repeat that. Don't be cheap on your way to greatness. Never. Now another thing is law of reciprocation. There's a book called Influence by Robert B. Cialdini, where he talks about influence. And gives the example of a waiter in the restaurant when his tip is normally say 5%. When he gives a single mint, his tip is say 8, 9%, 10%. But he gives 2 mints, his tip is 13%. But when he gives the second tip, saying that you are a most wonderful customer, here is another tip, mint. His tip increased to 26%. So one is giving, second is how it is given is very important. So law of reciprocation, when you give gifts to your customers, what will you get in return? You will get business in return. So never go empty-handed. Reciprocate. Learn about law of reciprocation in Robert Cialdini book or other book or Google, wherever you want to learn. But law of reciprocation, and don't be cheap on your way to greatness. Don't be cheap. Give the gifts your client is going to remember rest of his life. If you are attending a party, your gift should be the best and the most expensive gift. If it is a client's party, don't be cheap. And the last thing I want to give you, never eat alone. Never eat alone. One of my juice customers, his name was Jason in New York. He said, Suresh, break bread with your customer. I said, Jason, what do you mean? He says, whenever clients are visiting you from Europe, America or anywhere, invite them over for dinner at home or anywhere. And I've said, if I don't have clients visiting in those periods, what I do? He says, still have lunch with your clients or high-value network. Never eat alone. And there is a book also by Keith Ferrazzi, Never Eat Alone. Don't eat alone your lunch, breakfast or dinner. Or maybe you can skip dinner. Dinner is a family time, but the breakfast and lunch, invite your client. You will see some amazing results. So when we used to treat our clients well, our product was good, our price was good, and over the top, when we were taking them out for nice dinners or orders, our orders went through the roof. 10x, yes, 10x. So never eat alone, keep that in mind. Invite your customer, and B2B, not B2C. I'm talking about B2B. Never ever eat alone. And finally, bonus tip is dress well. It takes less than 7 seconds for your customer to make up his mind whether he likes you or not. Less than 7 seconds. If they don't like you, they'll not do business with you. Before you open your mouth, before you present anything, the decision at the subconscious level is made, they don't like you because you are not dressed properly. I asked one of my friends, he was in Delhi police, asked him, how do you identify Guddas? He said, they look like Guddas. So as a CEO, why don't you look like a CEO? Or a sales professional, why don't you look like a sales professional? When an army general or policeman doesn't feel that without the uniform, as a businessman, you also have a uniform. Dress well in your business. If you like this video, share it with your friends, share it with the people you care about. And I'll see you in next video. Cheers.